That's a familiar sight right there, ain't it? Alright, this is what I did. I turned the thing off last night, but I didn't take the wrenches out of the solution. So I can tell they've been unrusted pretty good bit, but unrusted. I just made that term up, y'all. Unrusted. Look at that. I'm gonna call Mr. Webster and have that put in the dictionary. Anyway, I forgot to pull the wrenches and stuff out that I was unrusting. Anyway, so I'm gonna turn it back on. I want y'all to see this beforehand, before I even turn it on. Look at it, okay? Now I'm gonna come back in a little while and we'll see. Look at the bubbles. There's not hardly any bubbles. There are some bubbles, but you just wait when I turn this on. Let's see. Look at there. You gonna see it bubbling? That means it's electrosizing, baby. It's electrosizing. Yeah. That stuff will get so thick it'll be like cream cheese in here. That is electrolysing. It's unrusting with electrodes rising. Oh, look like a soda pop. Oh, that's how you know it's working. That's good stuff there now, ain't no doubt about it. 20 minutes. It's been in there 20 minutes and look how it was. Y'all look, see how it was, and now look how it is now. After 20 minutes time. Okay, y'all, this is what I decided to do. I took that chisel that I had made the other night. I'm gonna put it in my square handle, my little square screwdriver handle. I'm gonna take this little smaller one like this, and I'm gonna put it in the handle that I had made out of the round stock that I'd run over the burner and everything. But now, see, this one is a smaller shank. So this hole, let me show y'all what I gotta do here. That hole right there, it's too big. So what I gotta do is take a little bit of this shim stock. Right here, it's just old plastic shim stock. I think it's like 4/1000 thick, I think. I don't know that, but I think that's what it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in there, cut me another piece, put it in there, cut me another piece, put it in there. And at the same time, I'm gonna run some of this Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue. So, I'm gonna run this in here, I'm gonna put some Gorilla Glue in here, cut me another piece of shim stock, put it in there until I finally get the hole to where it's kind of tight, like this. And then I should it's still gonna be just a little bit loose, but it'll be loose, it'll be tight enough. My voice changed. It'll be tight enough that I can just fill the rest of it up with glue. And once it settles down inside there, it ain't coming out. So that's where we're at. We're gonna do that. I cut them up. I measured the distance. The depth of my hole is 2 1/4 inches, so I made these about 2 inches, in between 2 and 2 1/8. If I make them too long, it's not that big of a deal. I can always cut them off around the edge there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this. Let me see if I can get one started here. It's going to be a process. It's going to take some time because I got to put a piece in, fill it with glue. Put another piece in, not fill it with glue, but line it with glue. That's better. Because you don't want, you don't want your shim stock spinning around in there when you're trying to, screw a screw. So yeah, we got that down there. This is what I'm trying to do. See the shim stock? I'm just going to fill that hole up with the shim stock. I'm going to take me a little small dowel. I'm going to put the glue on it, run it down through there really good, just to kind of keep that in place. And do that, continue to do that is, for every layer of shim stock that I put in there, I'm going to put it in there. And I'm going to, just kind of wallow that glue around in there like that. And then keep going till I get the hole to where I want it. All right. Once I get to another stopping point, I'll stop and we'll see what's going on from there. All right. All right. There it is. Put the shim stock around it. Run some glue through it. I kept adding sheet after sheet after sheet, or piece. It ain't but that long. Just kind of twirl it up and put it down in there. And then I, after every sheet, I put Gorilla Glue down there. Let me turn you this way. All right. So then I put the Gorilla Glue down there, and this stuff is going to expand. I hope it doesn't expand over the edge of the screwdriver handle, but it's going to expand. And I wanted it to kind of come up to a mound, just kind of around the shaft, so it'll have some sort of stabilization outside the shaft. And it is straight. I'll check that and make sure that it's straight. Nothing else in here is straight, but it's straight. So anyway, this is how it's done. This is how I did it. I'm gonna probably have to wipe off some of that, unless it gets hard pretty quick. That's it. And now I got to do something to my other handle so it'll look good too. I got to have some good looking screwdriver handles. I think this will work though. I'm actually kind of tickled with this. I don't think I've showed you the finished handle, have I? That's it right there. Perfect for holding this. It's got enough length on the shaft that I can hold the shaft to, and hold this in the back here. That's after it's had the it's got the scorch on it, and it's got the beeswax paste already inside. Already treated it. Now I'm trying to get that edge right here sharp. Pretty darn sharp now. It'll cut wind. Look at it. It's cutting wind. In case you're wondering, I'm making me some handles for my moxon vise here, because every time I tighten it and loosen it, I gotta break out a darn wrench. So yeah, I make these round handles, make them like twice as thick, put this nut on the inside of these handles here, and then, you know, use it to screw on, screw off with. But I'm trying to get it as round as I can before I have to break out the sandpaper. I've already got it from a square to a almost circle. I found some polish. It's the orange, not that orangish reddish stuff that comes with my Dremel tool, and I put the polish on it, and son, that'll cut the hair off a frog's tail right there. But like I said, now it's so soft metal, it's easy to dull. That's easy to sharpen too. These are about 3 inches. Going against the grain there. These handles are about 3 inches in diameter. not in diameter, but the yeah, it's diameter. Diameter is from one end to the other. Radius is from the middle to the outside, and circumference is around it. That's right. You have to go with the grain, whether the grain goes this way or this way. You have to kind of go with the grain a little bit. I mean, against the grain when it's at the top here. That's why it sounds like that's because I'm actually going against the grain here. Try to eat up some of that middle, because sometimes when I get on this side, or if I get on this side, I'll get just the sides and I won't get what's in the middle, and that's why I have to go back and do what I'm doing now. This is more like shaving than anything. I'm trying to get that out of the middle. I gotta quit looking at the camera. I have a bad habit of looking at the camera while I'm doing this to make sure I'm getting what I'm getting on there. And I always miss a lick whenever I look at the camera. I gotta stop doing that. I think y'all got the gist of what I'm doing though. See how it's smoothing out right here? Still a little rough here. But what I have to do is take it and flip it over. Or this end is here and this end is here, and go back this way with it. So maybe I can get it like that. You always learn the new ways to do stuff every time you do it. I know there's a 100 million better ways to do what I'm doing, but I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to do it this way than do it, you know, any other way. Like I said, when it comes to doing stuff like this, it's like anything else you do, you know. You got to kind of find a way that suits you best and go at it. All right.